Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Mr. Ainsworth here, and we are going to get into a little review here over solving equations, one step and two step, but hey, not the simple ones. We got fractions everywhere. Okay, so let's get started here. What I want everybody to do is write this down here. You got to show your thinking here, so show your process. All right, show your side work. All right, just like we do in class. All right, so goal is to solve for x here, or solve for the variable in general. So I'm going to write down variable here because it looks like here in the lesson here that I have different variables. I have x, I have p's, and y's, and so it's really not just solve for x, it's solve for whatever the variable may be. Okay, there's different techniques all over here, and remember you have OneNote, and if you're with me, and we went over all the basic fraction techniques, and so refer to this for fraction techniques. And I'm talking about the first three lessons here, the fraction basics. And then section 4, okay, I went over all of these examples here when we talked about how to solve one-step equations. So you refer to those notes and refer to these notes here too, where we solve for two-step equations, okay? Because what we're going to do is we're going to review all these concepts here. So use your notes effectively. All right. Let's get started. I see 1/3 plus x is equal to 4/7 right here, and I'm going to add the opposite, which is a negative 1/3. The opposite of a positive is a negative. Okay. Now, you might be thinking, hey, Ainsworth, this looks like subtraction. Okay, and you can think of it like subtraction. So when you add a third, if you want to cancel that 1/3 out to solve for your variable and isolate that variable, well, use subtraction. 1/3 minus 1/3 is usually 0. Okay, so this portion here, this right here, that's 0. Opposites always combine to 0. Like you guys usually do this right here. Just cancel them out. They add to 0. 1/3, take away 1/3 is usually 0. Okay, and what do you get? You get x is equal to whatever 4/7 minus 1/3 is. So I go over here and we do our side work. This is what we do on the whiteboards in class, and this is what we do on our practice. So let's write side work here. Okay, here we go. 4/7, take away 1/3 using the three product rule. You get 12 minus 7 divided by 21, and that's 5/21. So there we go. 5/21. That's how you say it. Okay, 5/21. Yo, yo. Okay, just going to shift this over a little bit here. This little iPad technique. All right, and that's the first one here. 5/21, 5/21. All right, next one here, number 2. Let's do one at a time, obviously. We're going to add the opposite again. And the opposite of 2 and 4/9 is, guess what? It's a negative 2 and 4/9. And you want to do that on both sides, right? These cancel to 0 here, and you get y is equal to 17 minus 2 and 4/9. 17 minus 2 minus 4/9 from left to right. So we subtract the whole number and the fraction, okay? Because the answer is not 15 and 4/9, guys. That's not it. That's the most common mistake I see, even with older kids. Okay, so here we go from left to right. 17 minus 2 is usually 15. Take away 4/9. Put you under 15, so you got to be 14 and something, right? And if you subtract 4 out of 9, then 5 out of 9 remain. So 14 and 5/9. Okay, show your side work and do your best. Okay, next one, number 3. And by the way, this is a video, right? So if I'm going too fast, you obviously have to use technology correctly, and you can pause and play, right? Pause and play the video. If you need to listen to it again, then listen to it again. Okay, here I have x minus 1/3 equals 1/8. So I want to add the opposite of 1/3, which is positive 1/3. So add a third on both sides. And this one's too simple right here. All you get is 8/1/3. There's really no mathematics to do much right there. Okay, 8/1/3, take away a third, gives you 8. It's that simple. All right, number 4. What we want to do is multiply by the reciprocal. Here we got 7/6 times something equals 3.5. So you look at your fraction here and you want to multiply by the reciprocal, which is 6/7. Okay, so right here, multiply by the reciprocal. You heard me say that in class. It's a part of our first lesson. Okay, multiply by the reciprocal. there, and there. Obviously, one's on the left, one's on the right. And what happens is that whenever you multiply reciprocals, you get 1. I mean, 6 times 7 is 42, 7 times 6 is 42, 42 divided by 42 is 1. Okay, whenever you multiply by reciprocals, you get 1. And you get x is equal to whatever this is. Okay, so change your 3.5 to improper. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, times 6. Whoops, don't use that symbol, use a dot. All right, times 6/7. So, well, instead of multiplying, we should just simplify. 7 divided by 7 is 1, and then 6 divided by 2 is 3, so the answer is 3. All right, there we go. Got to be good at multiplying numbers, okay? Now here, one more time, we got to multiply by the reciprocal again. So, right, I see 2 times y, so the first thing I do is I multiply by the reciprocal, just like I did in the very first lesson and the second lesson, okay? We multiply by the reciprocal to solve for the unknown. So 2 times a half is 1. Multiplying reciprocals, you get 1. And then here, there's different ways to do that, but like I did before in the previous one, I changed this to improper, so I get 3 times 3 plus 1 is 10, so I get 10 thirds times 1/2. I could multiply, but I'm going to simplify here first. Sorry about that, guys. So 2 in the 10 is 5. That's called division. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then you multiply. Okay, so y is equal to 5 times 1, which is 5. 3 times 1 is 3, so y is equal to 1 2/3. Okay, all right, number 6. Okay, again, multiply by the reciprocal. So, like we're repeating ourselves. So 5/3 times 5/3 on both sides. Okay, when you multiply reciprocals, you get 1. 15 divided by 15 is 1, so I get p equals something. I got to change 2 1/4 to improper, so 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So I get 9/4 times 5/3. Now here I'm going to simplify first. 3 into 9 is 3. Then you go ahead and get a result. So 3 times 5 is 15. 4 divided by 4. And then you divide. 4 into 15 is 3 times, right? 2 times 4 is 12. So we're short 3, so 3/4. 3 and 3/4. Again, 15 divided by 4 divides 3 times. Remainder 3, so 3 and 3/4. All right, the next one here. Okay, some two-step equations. These are the two-step equations. So this is lesson 5. So I want to add the opposite first. So I'm going to add a negative 1/8 to both sides, because 1/8 minus 1/8 is 0. Always add the opposite right there. And then I get 2x is equal to whatever this is. And we better do a little side work here. So 6/7 minus 1/8 is 48 minus 7 divided by 56. So what's that? That's 41/56, and there's the first part of the answer. There's your step 1. Okay, and then you need to multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, we keep on multiplying by the reciprocal, guys, because that's the technique. All right, so let's multiply both sides by half. Okay, and then again, when you multiply the reciprocals, you get 1. So we have x is equal to 41. And then 2 times 56 is 112. Okay, just multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. Okie dokie. Let's keep it going. A few more to do. So here we're going to add the opposite, right? And the opposite of positive 3 and 4/7 is negative 3 and 4/7. So the opposites cancel to 0, or add to 0 as they say. And you get 1/3 times y is equal to whatever this is. So here's your side work again. 14 minus 3 minus 4/7 is 11 minus 4/7, which is the same thing as 10 and 3/7. So 10 and 3/7. Okay, so now got to multiply by the reciprocal. So notice that I keep saying the same 2 steps every single time. I said add the opposite and then multiply by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal 1/3 is 3, so I multiply both sides by 3. Okay, 3 divided by 3 is 1. And again, you always get 1 when you multiply the reciprocals. So whatever we get on the right-hand side better be our answer. So 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 3 sevenths is 9 sevenths. And that's equal to 30 plus, let me see, 9 sevenths is 1 and 2 sevenths. And that's going to give me 31 and 2 sevenths. So what I just did right there is you gotta switch to improper and then add the whole parts. Obviously 30 plus 1 is 31. Okay? Okie dokie. Number 9, we got a few more. We got add the opposite again. So let's add the opposite here. So we're going to add 3/5 to both sides. The opposites on the left cancel to 0. I get x divided by 3 is equal to 8 3/5. There's no side work needed there. 8 plus 3/5 is 8 3/5. And then we just multiply both sides by 3. Again, the reciprocal. So times 3 on the left, times 3 on the right. Okay, simplify on the left, you get x. 1 times x is x. The 3 divided by 3 is 1, and then 1 times x is x. And then here you distribute twice, right? So 8 times 3 is 24, and then 3 times 3 is 9, so 9/5. And then 9/5 is 1, 1 and 4/5. So 24 plus 1 and 4/5 is 25 and 4/5. And we're almost done. We got one more to go. Okay, last one here. We're going to add the opposite here too. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. Okay, put sound effects in. And then you get 5x is equal to 2 and an eighth plus 3 is 5 and an eighth. You add the whole parts. 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, and then here we go again. You multiply by the reciprocal of 5, which is 1/5. And then the reciprocal is multiplied to 1. So you get x is equal to something. We better change this to improper. So 8 times 5 is 40, plus 1 is 41. You still have to multiply by a fifth. And you multiply the numerators, you get 41, divided by 8 times 5, which is 40. And then x is equal to 1 and 1/40. There we go. And there you have it, my friends. There's the entire review, okay, on the first 2 lessons of solving 1 and 2 step equations. All right, and so do yourself a favor, practice each one until you can do it easily. Okay, so keyword practice, 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 and then get good. And I will see you on test day, which is obviously following this. So I'll see you then. Take care, guys.